Before we begin, there are a few items that need to be set up. First, users can specify whether or not they want to include expired blanket sales orders on the MRP preferences form. For today's demo, we are not going to include expired blanket sales orders. Next, we need to make sure that a sales order type of blanket has been created. We could choose to have a separate numbering sequence for this type or use an existing sequence. When the sales order type is blanket, we also need to define the child order type of the child sales orders that are created from blanket orders. In our example today, Alta Ace has placed an order for 100 hammers. They don't want all 100 hammers to be shipped at the same time, so they have placed a blanket order to get special pricing with the hammers to be shipped over the next 3 months. If I look at the line details, I can see that Alta Ace has asked that 10 hammers be shipped in 1 week, then 15 more hammers to be shipped in 2 weeks, and the remaining 75 are scheduled to ship within 3 months. I can see the 2 child sales orders created and linked to the blanket order on the child sales order tab. In addition, we have a one-time dependent forecast for 100 hammers starting in October of this year and ending in December. To save time, I have already regenerated MRP. Since the support of blanket orders is new to MRP, let's see how the results appear on the MRP display form. By filtering on the MRP display form, I can see the planned orders. There's a planned order to produce 10 hammers by next week, a planned order for 15 hammers to be completed the week after, and I can see a planned order to produce the remaining 75 hammers on our blanket sales order in 3 months. Notice the new type of blanket order. Also notice the planned order to produce 25 hammers in October for the forecast we created. The plan is only for 25 hammers and not 100 hammers because dependent forecasts now consider blanket sales order demand. If I go back to my blanket sales order for the remaining 75 hammers and I remove the scheduled shipment date from my line, then regenerate MRP, notice that the planned order of 75 to cover the remaining hammers on my blanket sales order does not appear on the MRP display form. This is because MRP does not know when the hammers will be shipped. Also notice that the plan for the forecast no longer considers the 75 hammers, and now displays a plan for 100 hammers. Instead, our 75 hammers show up on the MRP exceptions form with an exception type of order without scheduled shipment date. In summary, for companies that have long lead times to produce a finished good or have long lead times for purchasing the components of a finished good, planning the future sales demand is critical to meet the dates when delivery to the customer was promised.